Hello my profane friends. Before I get into the Supreme Council of the 33 degree books, alright, and before I start blood spatter testing these Masonic aprons, alright, and I'm going to show you a bit of the old Scottish RITE masonry, I'm going to show you what you're actually up against, yeah? Because remember, these are the people that control your states, control your counties, control your cities, control your towns, and control your villages. Yeah, these are the families, the crests, are the people that have the biggest gang that organised everyone, and it's called to banners and bash the profane peasants off their land. And it's what it's all about. And everything here, what you'll see, is all to do with heraldry. See, look, you see 3 stars, look, 3 stars, 33 degree on a red royal croaks background, or a blue lodge background with the sun god. Do you see what I mean? And then you've got your unicorns and your crown, yeah? But that's what is basically, obviously the stars are on the square, look. You see what I mean? Again, 33 degree on the blue lodge, and then on the yellow lodge, yeah, colours. See, again, white and black, blue and white. See, blue lodge colours, black lodge colours, yeah. Again, you can see that the Knights Templar cross, and this is a Masonic knot here. You see the Masonic knot? Just put in Masonic knot and you'll see it, yeah, the Masonic knot. See, it's all to do with heraldry. These are Masonic knots, yeah, and it's all to do with Freakmasonry. Yeah, and they got kings and queens, royals, dukes, lords and earls within the lodges, yeah. I'm going to take you through some of these. This is the heraldry, an outline of the heraldry in England and Scotland, okay. And there it is, look. And then they're the head, all right. So there's the Scottish crown. Notice the Knights Templar cross on top, look, you see. And then on top of that, you've got some sort of demon, yeah. More than likely the Gau-2. But that's your Scottish. And as you go through, again, it's the same thing, look, 3 bows, okay. As you can see. And the heraldry, this is what you're fighting within your towns and cities. If you want to go see the shields like this, go to your churches, go to your cathedrals, and you'll see the same family emblems, or what they wear, you know, on their breastplates. They just don't wear it no more. You don't see it. If you think these families have disappeared over the centuries and decades, they have not. But as you can see, the crowns, you see the crowns, there's different kings and queens in each town, in each city, yeah, in each county, and every one of these people is protected by the Freakmason Lodge, okay. But each one is represented within a lodge that has its own army and gang, and their job, their sole job, is to keep the profane under the lash and jackboot of their corruption. As you can see, again, look, 3, you know what I mean, fleur de pisse, and again some wild beast, because that's what they are, beasts within the lodge. You got the mitre, and on the mitre you can see the square. See, it's all Masonic symbolism and heraldry, yeah. These are the people you're fighting today. Again, these people are expert think tanks that know how to distract the profane. Remember, they've been doing this for centuries and decades, yeah, keeping you all thinking about, say, flat earth, did we land on the moon. They're all distractional, do you know what I mean? Because you're looking at Washington, you're looking at 10 Downing Street, do you see what I mean? You look at people like Tommy Robson and all these other people, yeah, you're looking at them. But what you must not do is look at the corruption within your own town, within your own city, and ousting them people that are looking up to the people above. Do you see what I mean? And they still own all this realty, look, and all this property. Do you think someone working in a factory for the next 50 years is ever going to own this? No. Do you see what I'm saying? So what they do, they distract you with nonsense and rubbish, yeah, so that, and they dumb you down. They're dumbing us down left, right and centre. Those who know what exactly what I'm on about. There's a Masonic lodge, look, you know, but these people ain't gone anywhere. Look, there they are, look, they're just Freakmasons. He's wearing it all over him. That they just don't wear that. They just don't wear it no more. It's all hidden. See, but there's the badge and the banners behind, look, and it's a call to arms, you know, and all it is make sure you look at, he's actually doing a Masonic stance there, yeah, he's putting his heel to his toe, yeah, that's an actual Masonic stance, that is, you know what I mean? But these are the people that's still family related today, and all the deals are basically, you run the town, we'll give you businesses, you can do, but if you ain't rowing with these people, do you know what I mean, you ain't getting nothing. You can go factory work and all the rest of it, and that's why they bring in the indigenous species now. So if you don't work, it doesn't matter, they'll replace you with someone who will. Do you see what I mean? But the confusion's there because you can't talk to the other people anyway, because they don't speak our language, we don't speak theirs, and that's the divide and the conquer again, you know. And again, we're fighting against people that are just normal family people. Obviously amongst them there are Freakmasons, yeah, that come over from their countries to stir up the troubles, do you know what I mean, and make sure they do stir up the troubles between profane people. Again, look, you see the Masonic four square. It's all Freakmasonry, my profane friends, all Freakmasonry. See, 3 diamonds, you know what that represent, don't you, my profane friends? You know what I mean? It's all Luciferian, 666. See that square, and the Campus, 3, 3, 3. They're Masonic 9. See, blue lodge, red lodge, yellow lodge, white lodge. Do you see what I mean? Yellow lodge, green lodges. Yeah, there's all sorts of different lodges, all different types, and many heraldies. Yeah, some have been wiped out because they don't want to play the game, you know, as you do. You know, even Indians for Indians, because there was, you know, different encampments, yeah, if I can just say it like that, you know, like there's Sui, and then you got Apache, or there was the Crow, do you see what I mean? But they fought each other, you know what I mean? So it wasn't just like a case of, oh, they're Indians or whatever, do you know what I mean? They were, and again, amongst them, there was Freakmasons. Do the research, you know, those cowboy Freakmasons, and there was Indian Freakmasons, do you see what I mean? And this is the thing people need to get round their head. Anyone and everyone is a Freakmason working for them, yeah? Doesn't matter what colour, creed or race you are, the Freakmasons are just working against the profane and keeping these families in positions of power. And it's just willed down by nepotism every time. Yeah, there's your 3, 2, 3, look. See it, look? Right in plain right, look. 3, 2, 3. Oh, then you got your 3, look. See, my profane friends, then you got your Masonic 9, but you've also got your Masonic 6. See? Oh, baby. See? These are the people and the families that you're up against. See? It's all Masonic. See the square that. Then you've got the all-seeing eye on top of the pyramid. You know what I mean? You've got to understand it, you know. But I can't say like, oh, I understand, because I don't. Do you know what I mean? I just know these are families, yeah. And each one of these is the top of the rank of the family and what it represents. Do you know what I mean? You know. See the manor. See what I mean? This is where, you know, I suppose I could show you a bit of that. Look, Drury Low, Locho and Park, Formula and Dunster Castle. See, there's the castles, you see, the Lords, the Dukes and the Earls. The castles now and the army barracks are Masonic lodges. They just come out of it and upgraded. That's all they've done. And they've hid themselves, and they're hiding themselves even more by doing all these conflicts within our countries, and they're doing it on purpose because it puts them behind a wall of distraction again. Do you see what I mean? Look, These are the people, these families, you know, I can go on about Rothschilds and all that, but you've got Rothschilds within your counties, you've got Epsteins within your counties. Do you know what I mean? I mean, like the other day, I went for a meal, yeah, and the head of this table, the guy sat there, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's like the Epstein of Great Yarmouth. Do you know what I mean? He's gang stalked me. He's followed me. I've got him on tape as well, obviously. Fucking blah, blah, blah. You know, and he's sitting at the table and he's talking about, oh, if we're ruthless in Thailand, do you know what I mean? You know, he has to go to Thailand because of the state of him. He's you know, he's gluttonous on the rich and the powerful. The only reason he's sitting at the head of that table as well is that it was willed down and passed to him. Do you know what I mean? And he took the leash, but like, from his dad, do you know what I mean? But he was he's always been a business owner, yeah. Do you know what I mean? But he'd shag the girls, yeah, and then he'd fire them and then get a new girl in. Do you know what I mean? All underage kids, yeah. Because like I said, he thinks he's smart and he can't be investigated. You know, he's fucking savvy, but he isn't, and he thinks he can't be followed, but or watched, but you know. And so but he was worse of the two brothers. Let's just put it that way. Yeah, the statement I got, he was the worst of the two with the young girls. Do you know what I mean? But and like all his mates on the table are only looking up to him because you've got a business that was handed to you of respect and money. Do you see what I mean? If not, you wouldn't be fucking no one would look at you twice. Do you know what I mean? But because it was handed to you, like it is with all these fucking people, that's the only reason, you know. And at the end of the day, what are you? A fat gang stalking piece of shit. Do you know what I mean? In my eyes. And if I'm talking shit, come forward now, because you're the respectable person. What's a businessman? Yeah, that gets in the newspaper and all the rest of your bollocks. Do you know what I mean? If you're the respectable one, come and fucking denounce me. Do you know what I mean? Because you're the one who's got all the clout and all the respectability. Come and denounce me. Come on. Do you know what I mean? But you can't, because you know what you are. I know what you are, and the people around you know what you fucking are. Do you know what I mean? But they don't say nothing because they don't want to get fired or gang stalked or harassed or beat up by one of your fucking henchmen, like happens in many times in the past with you. But anyway, that's another story, my profane friend. He just pisses me off. Do you know what I mean? He knows what he is, and I know what he is, but he thinks he's fucking, because he surrounds himself with people that have money, and you know, he's like this, that, and the other. He just thinks he's better than everyone else when he fucking not. You know what I mean? Because if his father didn't hand him the money he's got, or the businesses he's got, blah, 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 he wouldn't even been sleeping with half the girls he's slept with. Do you know what I mean? You know, and I'm all talking about some of them, you know, in his younger days, the underage ones. Do you know what I mean? You know, and he used to just fire him after he slept with him, because he'd know another new girl would come on, and then he'd take him home. Do you know what I mean? Because he was the boss. Do you see what I mean? And that's what he did with his status of being a boss and, you know, and in charge of the business. You know what I mean? But no one talk about that. Shh, keep it quiet. But the people I know do talk about that, and they have fucking spoke about it. Do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. Yeah, I got like the other day, when you're doing this sort of stuff and you're exposing these people. What's his name? Who just got killed? Peter. Tommy just went on about him. I am Peter Lynch. Is it Peter Lynch? Yeah. You see, that's what they do. They jail you. Yeah, and then they're corrupt people, you know, because they're gangsters. Yeah, they control the jails. Yeah, if you don't think they control the jails, you're profane. Yeah, and then the people in the jail, yeah, they do it by psychological. They can either get you to commit suicide by psychological warfare. Yeah, shouting out the windows at you, fucking making you uncomfortable in scenarios like street theatre. You know, and shit like that. You know, again, I've had that. You know, wait till we get him away from his kids. You know, I've got all that on fucking tape anyway. Like I said, loads of street theatre, you know, shit like that. That's constant, you know what I mean? But the guy, obviously, Peter Lynch, I don't know who he is or whatever, blah, blah. But, you know, for him to go away to prison, and then for them gangsters, the people who don't like what he was, you know, and I'm talking about fucking Keir Starmer and all that, they are controlling the gangsters throughout every town and city, yeah, the movie stars and everything else, because of their money and their power, yeah, and people don't fucking go, they just go along with it. Do you know what I mean? But then it goes down to where they're in the jail, and then people who are in that system, yeah, who are Freakmasons through the system, then start paying people to fucking harass, you know, so someone do take their life. Do you know what I mean? Or like I said, you know, I've been in the cell, and the guy next door's committed suicide. but I'm sure through the night I heard the cell door go and they went in there and fucking hanged him. But I can't prove that because I'm stuck in a cell and can't see out the fucking door. Do you see what I mean? You know, but that was many years ago, that was. Again, here's the Heraldy. But I'm always being followed, you know, by these fucking perverts. Do you know what I mean? You know, they're just disgusting perverts. Freakmasons are sad, honestly. You know, like I was going to, let's put it this way, I'm going up the motorway, right? Yeah. And I had all of a sudden pull into like the lay-by. And when you go onto the lay-by, when you pull off, there's like a strip of road, isn't there, or pathway. Do you see what I mean? So I pulled in lay, but he'd overshot because he's following me obviously by GPS or whatever, and he's had to come across the reservation, you know, that pathway. He actually physically driv over that, yeah. Do you know what I mean? To get onto that lay-by where I was sitting, he actually, you know, boom, he had to drive over it. He must have been sitting there going, shit, why did I do that? Do you know what I mean? But that's, and then on that same time another one pulled up behind me. I don't know if they involved it, and I can't say for that, or even the guy who did that. You know, I just took the regs and, you know, got the registrations, yeah, whether they're Freakmasons or part of the people that are involved within my area, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, that's not for me to investigate. That's for when the police investigate. Do you know what I mean? Not that they'll fucking be, you know, obviously we'll be talking about, no, we don't want Freakmasons investigating the case. We want real profane people, do you know what I mean, that are going to see justice against these fucking perverts, do you know what I mean, that think they're above the law, do you know what I mean? But that's another story. Anyway, so that was that, yeah. And then when I've got to my actual fucking destination again the other day, I've gone up this road and I love doing it. It's fucking beautiful. Do you know what I mean? You go up a road, yeah, and then what you do, you quickly turn around and go back down the road, yeah. But I parked on the left side. I thought, I'll just wait here. Let's have a look. And here, and then when he saw me, he stopped his Audi in the fucking road. He didn't know what to do. I was getting my camera ready to go and interview him. Do you know what I mean? But he shot off, you know. But again, he was on camera, got him fucking, you know, his registration and everything else. Do you know what I mean? But that's the sort of cowardice what I have to go through. These cowards that just follow me and you know, let's go gangstalking the drug dealers, the perverts, you know, the ones that are shagging their own kids, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Or molesting their own pets or dogs. Do you know what I mean? This is the sort of shit I've got, you know. But none of them will. None of them have stepped forward, you know. I mean, you know, I'll stand in the light. Let me put it that way. My truth will stand in the light. They won't step forward and denounce me. They do it all behind my back, like shh. You know, Chinese. They're like crickets. Do you know what I mean? They'll go. You know, they'll say this, they'll say that. Do you know what I mean? But as soon as you turn around, they go silent and they don't say a fucking word. Do you know what I mean? But you know, if you're listening to this, who was on that in the restaurant, yeah. If you notice, the guy brought my phone out, yeah, because my phone was recording you guys on the fucking table and when I left the restaurant. Do you know what I mean? So I got you what you were saying. Do you know what I mean? Laughing and fucking, do you see what I mean? They talk about behind my back, but I've got tons of that sort of footage now and I don't care. I can mention it. It's nothing in my house. I don't keep any of it in my house. So you can't send your little fucking Masonic police friends round here to take anything because there's nothing in my fucking house. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, because I know what you like. Do you know what I mean? But, you know, so, you know, and they're talking about going to Thailand, you know what I mean? They're talking about Thailand, going, yeah, if we're ruthless in Thailand, ha, 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 laughing like hard and that. And then, like, some girl keep adding them and things like, you know, just total fucking, you know, bollocks, do you know what I mean? But anyway, that's another story. You know, but if you think I'm stupid and I don't know, you know, like he's sitting there, he's looking at me, do you know what I mean? He thinks he more likely thinks I'm not even aware of what he fucking, you know, that he stalked me, do you know what I mean? And fucking all the rest of it with the other, you know, all his little henchmen and his gang members. I don't care who he is, what he is, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I know what you are and what you represent within my town, you know what I mean? And it's nothing respectable and you fucking know that, you know? But anyway, that's another story, my profane friends. See, again, look, you've got 4 square, point within a circle. Just what I mean? These are the things, you know, that is running your town. These people, you know, obviously loads of pyramids, look. See, there's 4 square, look. You see, you all know what 4 square is. I've shown you many, many times, you know. You know what I mean? I'll show you another book as well. This is Masonic cubes, these are. If you watch my videos, you'll know exactly what they are. See, that's the bottom of the cube, left and right side of the box and the top of the box. Do you know what I mean? Crazy, baby. More four square. Look, everything's always threes, you know. I forgot what the bloody cross is called now. Bloody blah, blah, blah. Anyway, you know the score. Look that up. Research it, my profane friends. It's your best ally against these perverts. Do you know what I mean? And again, this is the Royal Heraldy, yeah? Beasts and Badgers of Britain, you see? So that's the top, obviously. And then you've got the families underneath, look, you see? These are the families that are called to banners and called to arms, yeah? And each one of these is a member of a Masonic lodge. Look, there's the fleur de pisse with the crown on top. So it's part French. Obviously, like I said, you've got French, German. No matter what country you're in, it's Freakmasonry. And all they're doing every time is just working to keep the profane, us, the poor, the peasants, yeah, distracted by shite and crap. Yeah, that don't mean nothing to that. You know, it just goes on. Look how many times you watch politics then. Take that as an example. Yeah, has anything ever improved within any town or city? Ever? Throughout just the last 40 years? Anything improved? Nothing. You see what I mean? What have they done about the drug? Now, that guy who got killed, who was that? I think he's just been... who was it who just got killed? I can't remember. Or there was a, okay, let's give another example. The policeman that shot a drug dealer or something. You know, he's now had to leave his house, and there's a thingy on his life. Yeah, this policeman. He's in the paper. I can't remember. You know, but that goes to show you when you start doing something against the corrupt career criminals. Yeah, that protect these elites. Yeah, it don't matter who you are. Yeah. Like in when they the cartels, yeah, they blow up the judges. You see what I mean? They blow up the prosecutors. They kill the police. Do you see what I mean? That's what will happen when the police in the UK start doing their jobs. Do you see what I mean? They won't be able to come out on the street with their faces showing or where they live. They come in masks. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, because they'll get hits put on them. You know, the gangsters don't care about the police. Do you know what I mean? It's just the same as they don't care about you. And that's what the deal is. You know what I mean? The deal is basically, you know what I mean, we'll look after you guys, you look after us guys. We've got free reign on drug dealing, running the clubs, running the pubs. We've been doing it they've been doing it now since the Cray twins, yeah, have ran their clubs and their pubs and their doormen, yeah. And if you do the research into it, and like I said, I've got videos, you know, coming on that I've got going, yeah. You know, they say it and admit it all, you know what I mean? I've got, you know, what was his name? I can't remember. He go, I've got 500 doormen under me, do you know what I mean? Up and down the country, 500 men in towns and cities. You split that up, you know, I'm talking about dangerous men that'll kill you, beat you up, shoot you. Who's running the UK? You think the police are? Of course they ain't. They're going into every businesses, yeah, right? The ones that are not run by criminals, they're going in there and intimidating the owners, do you know what I mean? And if you ain't paying, or you come under a threat direct to them, yeah, what do you think they're doing? That's why they burn them out. If not, they're always burning their own bloody companies out so they can get the insurance job. Do you know what I mean? But this is, again, look, it's the same bloody... Oh, baby, look at him, look. These are the people that still run this country. They're families that have gone nowhere. Yeah, you wouldn't see their families working in factories, stacking shelves and getting paid piss poor money. No, their people are your football players. Yeah, they're your top paid executives. Do you see what I mean? You know, they own the aeroplanes and things like this. Do you see what I mean? You know, but here it is. Look, there's the, you know, call to arms. You've got your main here, and then they can call all of these gangs here, what run a criminal enterprise, yeah, to their banners. Do you see what I mean? And this is what you're doing with. Oh, where's my bloody glasses so I can read a couple of these? Sorry. You know what I mean? But I'll upload these. These are all gone on my forum anyway. I've got to do a lot of upgrading, you know. But this is what you're up against. These families, yeah, that control the counties, control your states, you know, if you're in America. They control your cities. There's your fleur de piss. You know what I mean? 3 above, 3 below, as above, so below, 6. You know what I mean? You got your 3, 2, 3. You know what I mean? Oh, baby. You know, they're in 3 and 3 for 33 degrees, or, you know, do you see what I mean? Blah, 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 my profane friends. But these are, you know, this is what happens. You get the family on the left, you get the family on the right, which is Richard I to Elizabeth I, right? And then they marry the French, the English and the French, and then they combine the shield, which then shows the loyalty to the major family that work together. Do you see what I mean? And then they call on these people that serve them, and they call them, and that's what you're dealing with. Do you know what I mean? And if you look in your lodges, you'll find these banners in all lodges. You know what I mean? And that's what you're dealing with. These people here, and they, like I said, this one here, look, Fleur de Pisse and the crown. But then you've got the other families that are being honoured within the shield. But the top thing is the top family, the crown, you know, the head of the family, the mafia, or the Masonic lodge. Because if you do look into the Masonic lodges, yeah, you'll find they have kings, queens, supreme kings, and all of the other crap they come out with. Do you know what I mean? That's all to do with Freakmasonry. You know what I mean? And through Freakmasonry, that's what protects these people. You know, Fleur de Pisse. You know, madness. But I'll put this in the forum. But this is, you know, you haven't got to understand the heraldry of it, yeah. Just know it's different families and what they've done, and each one is different, you know. And you're like, you got the royal crowns, look, you see, and they're all different design, all in honor of different types of, you know, people. And again, you'll see it's like a soft, square, and calm piss, look. See, look, square, calm piss. You got your 3s, look, 33 degree, or you got your Masonic 9, or you got your 6, depending on how many go round the crown. You got your Fleur de Pisse, look, see. And this is the thing, what they do, it's just all Freakmasonry, but they're all hidden up now. You don't see it. Do you know what I mean? Back in the day, this would petrify you. Oh, here come the bloody, do you know what I mean, the King's Guards, the Queen's Guards, you know what I mean, you know. But they don't march anymore, you know. They march with Masonic aprons on. But the ritualistic side of everything, and the, you know, the loyalty and everything else still goes. Look, 3, look, free. Do you see what I mean? You know, and then you mark them up. Look, your square and compass. You see that? I mean, 33 degree. Boom, boom, boom. It's all 3s, 6s, 9s. Remember that, my profane friends. You know. But I don't understand it. You know, look, the key, look, armour tributes to some of the early Norman kings. You see what I mean? The leopards of England as first used by Richard I. France, you see what I mean? And they're all the same. It doesn't matter what it is. They're all the same people, but rich people. Do you know what I mean? And we do the fighting for them, you know. When they start fighting, we do the fighting for them. They still get all the gold. They get all the oil. They get all the wealth. And what they've been doing over the centuries and the decades is just making their armaments and their strongholds and their tunnels and everything else ready for, if we ever did revolt, they can put us down. You know what I mean? As long as we keep slaving for these people, they're going to be all right. And here we go, look. Well, you all know what the bull is, don't you? You know what I mean? Idol watch it, innit? The Yale of Buffont and the Royal Unicorn, you see. And these are families. You know, that's, I forgot what that is. The Forget-Me-Not, maybe. I forgot the Forget-Me-Not, but I think that's a thingy. But someone will correct me on that anyway. But that's the point of it. Do you see what I mean? See, look, and that commemorate Henry's marriage to Jane. You see what I mean? And it, look, right, and there it is. Beasts were set in the parapet of the bridge over the moat. Yeah, there were 2 lions, 2 dragons, 2 greyhounds, 2 unicorns, 2 panthers, a bull, and a Yale. I don't know what a Yale is. Sorry. In the reign of William III, the parapet was demolished and the moat filled in, so it is not to know what devices these creatures supported. However, excavation in the moat revealed fragments which showed that those beasts held shields, not vances. Whatever that means, I don't know what vances is. Do you see what I mean? But that's what it is. They hold the shields. Look, you see the beasts. They're shields. I didn't even know that. How about that, my profane friends? Oh, baby. But this is the people you're fighting within your towns and cities. These people have not gone anywhere. That's bloody right, that is. The Windsor beasts. But we'll get to that. But again, you know, this is what it is, look. You know, and these are their gods. you know, and they're all holding shields, look, you see, and it all represents different things, different people, do you know what I mean, from far off lands maybe, you know, these represent lands we're never even known or told about, but when they want men, they're called to banners and they come from different lands, you know, because you think you're free and you can go anywhere you want in the world. You can't. They designate where you fly to. You fly to Miami, that's it. You fly to Miami and come back, do you know what I mean, wherever that is, you know. You just get on a plane and you don't know where that plane's going, left, right, center, but then you land, they go, oh, this is Miami, do you know what I mean, you know. But you try flying other places, and the ones who are telling you they've been to places, yeah, they're more than likely lying to you anyway, because they're Freakmasons, do you see what I mean, because they write the narrative on everything we see and do. But you've got to work it out, is that it's not a world problem, it's a community problem, because they control your councils, they control your parish councils, they control your town halls, your city halls, do you see what I mean? And they're doing the same thing, just keeping the chaos going all the time, not improving or making anything better for anyone. And here's the Windsor beasts. Do you think a profane person working in a factory will ever own anything like that? You know, you've got how many people do you reckon are living in there? Maybe 5 people, something like that. They could put all the homeless in there, couldn't they, in one stretch? But they bloody wouldn't, because they're greedy, you know, monolithic or greed. You know, but anyway, I'm going to Tommy Robinson's march if anyone's going, you know what I mean. Make sure you see me down there, my profane friends, and make sure you got your recorders on, because that's where they set me up, you know. They can't wait to go, you know, from some of the recordings I've got, they can't wait to put me away for 30 months, you know what I mean, or make it an accident, you know, knock me off my bike. But that's the people you're up against, these people here, you know what I mean. And like I said, they're controlling your towns, your cities. Let me stand up, my profane friends. They're the ones that are controlling your feet. And this here, look, and you know the books I've shown you before, you know, like on Masonic increasing armies, this is your 33-degree Freemasonry, right? Now, those who I've shown, you know, just the normal Masonic lodges, how the book expands, you know, like it goes from like this thickness to this thickness within a couple of years of the people of the membership. Look at the membership of this in 10 years, look. It's not expanded a lot, has it? Do you see what I mean? So the members at the top of the echelons, so this is 2012, look, and they go right up to, oh, right there, I'll show you an internal of the book, 213, 214, 216, 217, oh, 217, I was so excited, 218, right? So the membership hasn't expanded that much, has it? Do you see what I mean? So the membership into the 33-degree, yeah, of the ancient and accepted RITE for England and Wales and its districts and chapters overseas. Do you see what I mean? Because they control everything, you know, from overseas. Yeah, this is what they. This is it. You know what I mean? And this. Let me get my bloody glasses again. Oh, my profane friends. Oh, they're on. No, they aren't. Well, yeah, this is right. So if we go in, you'll get an idea, and the shields I've just shown you there, yeah, is this people. Do you know what I mean? The Supreme Council. Okay, you got the members, look. Then you got honorary members, and then you got the officials, the Grand Secretary, and then you got the South African branch. You see what I mean? And then it goes on. Eagle and the Rose. Meritorious Service Duel, 18th degree, high degree meeting in London, which is at page 15. Sometimes these are funny old books, you know, they don't, like, you got to have some sort of key to bloody read them, like, you know. High degrees, number 15, if this is the London one, 32 degree, 31 and 30 are held at the Grand East 10 Duke Street, James, London, S1 as follows. And there we go. Let's first Wendy, and in November, in March. Look, so it tells you when they meet. So if you want to know who they are, just get your ass down there and bum them silly. Right. Anyway, bum stretching club, and then you got the Grand Patrons. Do you know what I mean? All of these. Do you think you're ever going to be allowed to go into one of these meetings? No, the meetings are there for their own self. Do you know what I mean? No one else. you know, and you've got to be, as I keep telling you, you've got to be His Royal Highness the Duke of Kent. Knights Garter, look, the members, look, here, look. See, Sovereign Grand Commanders, look at that, look, bloody hell, look at the provisional, you know, Knights. He's a knight. Oh, forget now, bloody hell, Master Mason, Mark Master Mason, Knights. I can't remember now. Great Pirate of England, but that basically, yeah, is his career within Freakmasonry. You see. Yeah, lieutenant, look, you see what I mean? This is an army, yeah, and a gang, yeah. And the Master Masons down are the ring of protection for these people. Lieutenant Grand Commander, Grand Marshal, you know, it's a Field Marshal, do you see what I mean? Grand Treasurer General, you know, when they get the wealth, he looks after it. You know, any money needs spending to bolster up their, you know, their armaments or anything, he's the man to see. The Grand Prior, Grand Chamberlain, Grand Chancellor, Grand Captain General, you see what I mean? Grand Secretary General. See how they put all these titles on their egos, do you see what I mean? The Prince Michael of Kent, do you see what I mean? Do you honestly think you'll ever become one of these Freakmasons in the higher power, that freak that just keep that shit going within our towns and in our cities? Do you know what I mean? And look at that, here they go, look, Finland, look, you see, Finland, USA, Scotland. I'm gonna sneeze. Sorry. But you can see their careers as they go through. Look, the careers, what they are. Do you know what I mean? That shows you where they're from. Canada, look. And you think this is not a worldwide problem? Of course it is. Australia, look. They represent every town, every city, every state, every county these people represent. You know, Germany. So when they go to war, they don't actually go to war with themselves. You know what I mean? As such, they go to war because we look to them to fix the problem or win the war. It doesn't matter who wins the war, they win. Freakmasonry wins. Do you see what I mean? Netherlands, Cyprus, yeah. Watch the Greeks bearing gifts. Anyway, so you know, the Icelandic, you see what I mean, order of Freakmasons. So regardless of where you are, if you're in a unit, that's an army unit, the higher the rank, the more likely is to be a Freakmason, yeah. So if you're in a unit, he's going to send you to take out a bunker, yeah, rather than one of his brothers, right? And if one of his brothers is upset with you, then more than likely going to shoot you in the back anyway and keep on putting you in danger till you're dead. Do you see what I mean? And this is what they do. Officials of the Supreme Council, yeah? Look at that, look. See what I mean? Look at that. You know, sentinels, look. The outer guard. Do you see what I mean? You think you're ever going to get into one of their meetings when they're talking about drug dealing and gang stalking and how to murder someone? No, you ain't. See what I mean, my profane friends? I'm just showing you the members at the moment. We ain't even got into the bloody other stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Look, see what I mean? Look at that. See that? Look, notice the countries, yeah? Africa. See what I mean? South Africa. Oh yeah, this is the Africa branch, that's why, sorry. That's handy, isn't it? Here's the England and Wales, look. Under the Supreme Council of England and Wales. You got a coronal grist on page 45, but we'll just go through this, look. But you'll notice they're all like sirs, doctors, look, His Royal Highness the Prince, do you see what I mean? They're all lords, Commander Ronald Albert. So when he gives an order to the army, it's followed. But is he given the order as a supreme member of the 33-degree council, or is he given it the supreme, you know, as a commander of the army? Do you see what I mean? And this is the thing: they give the orders, and orders are followed by the profane. You know, the lieutenants and the foot soldiers are being given by these people that are 33-degree Freakmasons. You know, that's why Germany, Hitler was a Freakmason, Stalin was a Freakmason, Churchill was a Freakmason, and it was a Masonic war. You know, I could go more into that. And then you got the forget-me-not, which they reckon they're walking around, you know, in Germany with their forget-me-not. in front of the Gestapo and all the rest of it, and you reckon the Gestapo didn't even know about it. But anyway, like I said, look, it's Sir, the most honourable Marquis, do you see what I mean? And this is what it's all about, you know, the reverend sirs, lords, dukes, the right honourable lord, you see, lords, dukes and earls, OBE, EBEs and all the rest of the bloody titles they give themselves. Do you honestly think, as a profane person, that these people give two tosses about how your town is, how you work? You don't see these people. These don't live on your council estates. Do you know what I mean? They don't even live within your towns. These people live within little country settlements and country villages. Do you see what I mean? Yeah, where there's no crime or anything else, and where they can do ritualistic abuse, you know, wanton, because no one's fucking, do you know what I mean? Because it's bred into them in that lifestyle, and they live in, you know, look, Buckinghamshire, do you see what I mean? East Lancashire, you see what I mean? Shropshire, you see what I mean? Derbyshire, you know, all these posh places, you know, they live in the villages, you know what I mean? Isle of Man, look, Guiana, Somerset, Hertfordshire, Suffolk, Durham, you know what I mean? They don't live with the crap what we go through. They just make the crap, and they keep, you know, that's why they release prisoners early, yeah, because they know they're going to reoffend. Because once you put all the prisoners in jail, who are the police supposed to be going after? Do you see what I mean? There's no one for them. They've got no job. Do you see what I mean? So they've got to keep going, you know. They've got to keep letting people out, you know. Or the Eastern Rite, I think that is, the 32 degrees. But what do I know, baby? But all these people, like I said, these are all gang members, and I can go on and on and on and on and on, you know, and these are the various chapters. Look, High Weald chapter number, bum bum, Sussex, look, Surrey, you know, Somerset, Staffordshire. But all of these people, yeah, are your top notch in every county, every town, every city. You know what I mean? And these are the ones controlling. I don't know what that means. That little thing there. I suppose I could look it up. You know, but the point of the matter is that these people are controlling gangs within your towns and cities, yeah. And they're making sure everything is always chaotic and chaotic, because they don't live in the chaos. They don't give two tosses about you. If you believe these people give a care about you, you're off your friggin' heads. Do you know what I mean? They don't care about anything about you. Look, Captain Sidney Arthur Goody, look, you see what I'm saying? Look, Sir Stanley Jaffa, see? Lieutenant Colonel, the Reverend Giles Royds, must be on steroids. You know, all of these people, yeah, are there, families, they're in nepotism, that's willed down to them all the time. Chronicle list of members of the 33 degrees, yeah? And that's the members, you know what I mean? That's crazy. Look at that. You know what I mean? Absolute crazy. How big is that list? Let's have a look. Yeah, so if the list goes here, page 61, obviously that goes more than more, but page 61, look, and it starts on page 40. Do you see what I mean? So, you know, how many members is that? It's crazy, isn't it? Lieutenant Grand Commanders, look. See, Lieutenant Henry, you know what I mean? Do you see what I mean? Sir Trevor Jocelyn, Colonel Sir Henry, Major Robert, Major Sir Cecil, Sir Eric, Major General, Brigadier, Sir Lionel Brett, Sir Herbert Turkley, KBE, CB, the Reverend Canon. Do you see what I mean? Do you think you're going to be getting up with these? You think these people here ain't willing all that power down by they're the sovereign grand commanders, by these are. Yeah, you don't think these people, you think you're going to be standing beside these people in a factory or stacking a shelf? No, all they've done is built their look at that, look, Colonel Arthur Clifton, Lieutenant Colonel Henry, Captain Nathaniel, Captain Alexander, Major General, Sir Herbert, you know what I mean? Sir John, Major General Henricks, you see what I mean? You think these people, all they've done is built themselves stronger bunkers, stronger resilient towns and villages where they can live, yeah, and do that and go about their satanic ritual abuse in peace. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, you know. Trying to think of some more fucking stories to tell you what's been going on in the last couple of weeks. It's all been exciting. You know, Sovereign Grand Commander, Grand Secretary. Do you see what I mean? Look, Grand Representative of the SC in England. What's SC? What's that? Supreme Council in England, yeah. Grand Representative of the Supreme Council in England. See what I mean? The Reverend that. So I mean, look at that. You think you're going to ever get in? Look, these are the countries. Look, Philippines, Poland, Portugal, Romania, Russia, Scotland. They already own everything. Cuba, Cyprus, Estonia. They're in nowhere. These people are working their magic. Do you know what I mean? And what the hell was it called? Belgium, Bosnia, Brazil, Canada. Magic and witchcraft, that's it. You know what I mean? Latvia, everywhere, it doesn't matter where it is. Luxembourg, Netherlands, New Zealand, name a country, these people ain't controlling or messing with people, do you know what I mean? In towns and cities. And like I said, they got their commanders and their encampments, which they call themselves, not me. They've got their own encampments within your towns and your cities. And that's what's in their own books. That's not me, I'm not saying any of it. You know what I mean? None of it. Look at that, what's this? Of places where chapters meet. See, now you've got the chapters within the bit, you know, like Bath. I've got followed to Bath, Barnstable. Look at the boat. Look at the pages, yeah? All them pages are where they meet, look. All this, all the way through, look. It doesn't matter where it is. The New Forest, look. Oh, sorry. New Forest, Nigeria. You know what I mean? All these counties, look, and little towns, the little cities, look. You know what I mean? All these places that are meeting. You know what I mean, with their chapters, and then obviously again you're going through this pages of it, their chapters, pages and pages and pages of their army barracks and their gang huts. Amazing, isn't it? You know what I mean, my profane friends. I don't think any of you realise the gangsters you're up against. You know what I mean? Like I said, you try and get a business together for your family. That ain't happening, because only certain amount of people can own companies, certain companies, do you know what I mean? And they want to be that people. You know, how are you going to go up against, say, someone who's got infinite money coming in from drug deals? How are you going to, you know, and you're trying to do it straight and legit, and you're relying on their Masonic bankers to loan you some money. Do you see what I mean? You go into their system to fail. You know, it's to fail. You know what I mean? You put that mortgage round your neck. Do you know what I mean? You know, and shit like that. And they get you in all sorts of different ways because they make you fail. No one becomes a lord, a duke, or an earl, or anything else in this country or any other country. Do you know what I mean? And if you do get close to being up near the elites, you're murdered or you're sacrificed or killed by them. Do you know what I mean? Crazy. But anyway, let's see if we can get on with a bit of this. I'm now going to turn the light out here. All right, my profane friends. I'm so excited. All right, shut this door. And I'm going to try and spatter some of these aprons. Then I'm going to show you some of the old, I'll put the light back on, and I'll show you some of the Scottish Rite symbolism, the stances they use around you. Okay, so let's put a blue light on. Again, I should have shown you, afterwards I'll put the light on, I'll show you the different ranks of the aprons, okay? Now, I'm seeing nothing on this apron. That's completely, if I come up above it might be better. Like that. There's nothing on that apron there. I'll put it on right. That's it. So there's nothing on that apron. And we've got this one here. Oh, I'm seeing nothing, no blood on this one. It looks like the Freakmasons are winning this one as well. You know what I mean? But we need to get, you know, the police. We need to get them with forensics into Masonic lodges. Forensically, but they you know, I mean, they've got special, like their little underlings are the cleaners within the lodge. Do you know what I mean? So, you know, so they're the cleaners. They're tidying up and everything like that. Do you know what I mean? So you'll never, oh, look at that, I wish that was Spatter. You know what I mean? But that's like the only white bit I've ever seen on these. But again, each apron is a different rank. Nothing on this. Please remember, I'm not a proper forensic scientist or anything like that. I'm just a profane person. That one's got a lot of splatter on it, saying that though, but is it blood spatter? I wouldn't know. I need a proper, see what I mean, look. See, is that blood spatter? See it, look, the spots. Is that blood spatter? See it? See? And this side as well, look. Crazy, mate. Now, to be honest, it could be off these, look, the little, let's be honest, these little brass things here, I think they're brass markings, to be honest. The balls made the marks. So no, I don't think that is. Damn it. Not that I'm wishing one was, but we do need to forensically examine, get the police in to forensically examine these Masonic lodges, you know. It looks like there's no blood spatter on these Masonic aprons at all. Nope, they're all clean. Right, I'll put the light back on. Oh yeah, I've got a sash up here as well. I'll do my sash. You know what I mean? The army ranking of the sash. Nah, nothing. Oh baby, the Freakmasons won again on the blood spatter testing. Now, turn torch off. I've done many an apron, as you, my profane friends, know, but I'm not professional at this. But again, look at the ranking system, the triple tall cross within the pyramid, yeah. Okay, and then you've got another rank here. I'll show you. And you've got another rank here. Okay, look at the rosette. Okay, it's 3, and when you mark them up, it gives you the square and the calm piss. That's how it works. Okay, then you've got the same rosettes here. Look, note again, there's no other color on it, you see. So again, it's the rank of the army of what they wear. Okay, notice the rank of this one again, this apron. See this, see that, look, it's full, the dot in the middle, the point within the circle, look, yeah, is purple. This one is not, you see. So just by that simple denotion or denote or whatever, it shows you a different rank within their army and their gang, you know, and who controls it or who they answer to and must obey. Another one, and then you have this one, and you get the same again, sorry, and then you got this one, you know. But I'll be wearing, again, I'll be wearing one of these to London on the Tommy Robson. I think there's going to be trouble there anyway. They definitely follow me anyway, but they follow me anywhere, and I've shown that in videos. I've got it in videos, obviously, but you know, they stalk me and they harass me, they do street theatre. I've had it all, you know. Them G travellers think they're too smart for me, and them Greeks bearing grifts. But as you can see, look, you can see the different patterns on the even the outside of the aprons denotes the different rank of the army and the gang that can stalk you and pervert you in life. And that's all they do. If you run a successful business, like your taxi firms, yeah, let's say you've got taxi firms, so like in this town you've got a few, say 3 or 4 in here, yeah, but you've got 2 major ones. Now if you suddenly come into money and you opened a taxi firm up and just ploughed loads of taxis into your town, your taxis would start having accidents, do you know what I mean? Or you'd have the gang, the Freakmason gang, they wouldn't come round in their aprons, of course, they come round as gangsters threatening you because you're taking money off them, do you see what I mean? And that's the same as the pubs and the clubs and the door wars, you know what I mean? That's why the police have never done nothing about the door wars, you know, and the ice cream wars, you know, all by these Freakmasons, you see what I mean? And it's all shushed up. That's why you get people called the Teflon Don. And what's the other one? You know, where they're all untouchable, you know, they're never arrested, do you know what I mean? That's because the police are never investigating them, do you know what I mean? And letting them get away with it. And again, notice the different, you'll find this a lot, this sign. When you see this 3, keep an eye on that. That's Dorset, look. See the heraldry of it, look. I can't remember. I forgot the rank of this apron, but I try not to like know the ranks or anything like that. Do you know what I mean? Because that's all witchcraft, and and I think that's like warlocky stuff. Do you know what I mean? So I try not to. I don't care what the rank is. It doesn't affect me in any way. Do you know what I mean? I don't care about it, but I don't want to know about it. Do you know what I mean? That's just like the signs. I used to know the signs. I used to know the words, you know what I mean? Where do you come from? All that sort of crap. I'm traveling from west to east, blah, blah. I've got no fucking markings on my breast. I've got no fucking, chain on my ankle. I can tie a bow. Can you tie a bow? You know what I mean? What's your dog's name? Hiram. You know what I mean? Where does he live at number 33? All them little signs and things they use to recognise each other. Put a hanky on the shoulder, do a funny little dance. That'll get money anywhere in any town in any city. You know what I mean? And they go around robbing each other. But yeah. Oh, wait now, I'll go this side. But that's the point of it. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to know about it. You know what I mean? Not like I used to. Obviously, I know. I've had it done in front of me. Look, here's the witch's hat. Look. Said the witch. But you've got all these different signs. That you see, that's the temple fallen in. See, sign of the help, Prince of Mercy. You see, he's saying help. You know what I mean? Same as the call of distress. So anyone seeing that, yeah, who's a Scottish rite will come to his assistance. Do you see what I mean? Same as these. These are all different signs they use for recognition around and about behind your back. And there's so many. I want to go show you a few. I've got to go through this book anyway. I spilled bloody coffee on it. I was gutted. But look at the snake on the cross. Look, you see, the serpent and cross. But all these signs, they're made to, there it is. Look, you see, the triangle, the compass, the square. Do you see what I mean? And then you got the rule, the plum. Sorry, the decision. There's the decision of firmness and prudence and truth and straightforward. Do you know what I mean? But there ain't none of that. It's all bullshit. There ain't nothing in Freemasonry that's honest and true. Do you know what I mean? Especially with like Gypsy G travellers fucking, look at him. Look, he's a high priest. Look, you see? Again, notice the apron. Look, completely different. You see? And it's got one of them candelabras. I call it a candelabra. Oh, I can get out there. I've done posts on that, and Facebook are so much fucking restricted my posts like that. But this is what you're dealing with, things like this. Look, the daggers, cross the arms, across, and you see the, plenty. Again, look at the apron, how different it is. Okay, it's not squared off at the bottom. They're not squared off. Okay, notice each apron is pointed. Okay, not like the aprons I've just shown you. They're squared off. Okay. Remember that, okay? See, and look, this is important. That the thumb and the forefinger are forming a square. Heels touching, which makes 5 squares. See? That's what it's about. It's about making 5 squares, you see? See, 5 square. Do you know what I mean? And that's when I say it's 5 points, yeah? 5 points, 5 squares, you see? So what I mean, it's all about that, and they do it in threes and all the rest of it. You know what I mean? The numbers are as much as important as the colours. Ceremony. Look, the Prince of the Royal Secret. You see, and then in here, Harem Abiff. Look, you see, and in here you've got some, passwords. Let's have a look here. Look, there's a password here. Look, Celix and Tangu. Yeah, a significant word in the high degrees. Yeah, see, and that's their and you say these to them. You know what I mean, and they'll reply to them. They ain't just like these are Masonic passwords. All of this. The ultimate degree. So I mean, it's ultimate or the supreme. They're so like Oh, wait there. I think that's on that, I think, you know, look, the princes, you know, you got Prince of the Royal Secret, you see what I mean, and queens and kings and, you know, lords, dukes and earls, you know, crazy stuff, you know what I mean, of 12 degrees of the philosophical chamber of ancient and accepted rite, yeah, the 12 degrees preceding the Rose Croix, yeah, so you got the Rose Croix and then you got this, yeah, are, as we have shown, associated with the 12 signs of the zodiac. Okay, you see what I'm saying? They go, you know, this is all what they use, and if you don't know any of this, this is what they look like. I said, it's like Hogwarts. Do you see what I mean? From these fixed signs, the right passes to the sun, moon, and the planets. From these, the right looks to the 4 elements or 4 components of man, which I presume is like water, earth, fire, and ice in it, I don't know, etc. And from these, it considers the spirit of and matter, or infinite and finite, of the universe and of man. In the Rose Croix disease, we have seen the son of Masonry and heard the promise of the universal peace, right, and joy. Now, just for them, that is the universal peace and joy, because we live in the strife. We're without the temple. We don't matter. Now let us proceed to seek the methods of realization and learn how to restore the lost Eden and reedify the celestial city. And here, look, if you look, conclave, commanderies of the Knights Templars in England, yeah, because they're encamped in your town, and Canada are called conclaves, yeah. And the grand encampment, see, they encamped in your towns and cities. The grand conclave, the word is also applied to the meetings in some other of the high degrees. The word is derived from the Latin con, which they are conners all day long, with the clara sense was the first applied to the apartment in which the cardinals are literally looked up when met to the elect of pope, when met to elect a pope. Mackay's Encyclopedia of Freemasonry article conclave. So that's something to do with the pope. Again, you know, this is all, you know, like I said, it's all fucking hell, it's just absolute, you know, you got the pontiff, you know what I mean? And that give you the decorations that the hangs are blue, sprinkled with stars of gold. The chapter is lighted by one large spherical transparency behind the master's seat. In the east is the throne, you see, because the king sits on the throne, or the queen, and over it is the blue canopy. Around the room are the 12 columns as follows, you see. So, you know, obviously in the lower degrees it's 1 column, then it's 2 columns, then it's 3 columns, yeah, and then there's 5 columns, and as they go up through there's different columns, yeah, and you've got to remember each one's like Derek, Oric, and all of that bollocks, yeah. One on the east side of the master, one on the east side of the warden in the west, 4 in the north, and that's where God sits, and 4 in the south of the chapter. Of the capitals of these columns are the initial of the names of the 12 tribes. You see what I mean? This is what you're dealing with. Tribes, yeah, that's what I keep telling you. Tribes of people, yeah, and the tribes of gypsies, yeah, that built the pyramids. They were the slaves. They got out of the slavery and went across the land, yeah. Moses, he, in their books, these books, yeah, if you read, yeah, Moses took he was a Freakmason, and he took a nation of Freakmasons out of Egypt and across the sea that parted, yeah. Now, when that sea went back through, and like it took some of them with them, but not all of them drowned, yeah. And they're the ones that stand on the black square, I believe, yeah. And they're the ones that control every town and city, because they're the naughty gypsies, the G travellers. That's what the G stands for in Freakmasonry. Not God, not Gnostics or any of that bollocks. That's all shit for you lot to think what it means. It means gypsy travellers, yeah, they're always travelling east. Anyway, that's another story on other videos I have. And then safe is, and these are the names of them, yeah, of the the columns, yeah. And you've got to remember each and every one of these. You see what I mean? It's so vast, there's no point to it. This is why I don't, you know. Then you go on about the Grand Pontiff, you know what I mean, in the 19th degree, the ancient, and so on and so forth. The tribe of Israel, you see, the tribes of Israel were engaged in the construction of the first temple, but long before its destruction, 10 of them revolted and formed the nation of Israel, while the remaining two, the tribes of Judea and Benjamin, retained possession of the temple and of Jerusalem under the name of the kingdom of Judea. Right, so I never get into this. To these two tribes alone, yeah, after the returning of their captivity was in, which of course are connected for the most part with the temple of Zerubbabel. Zerubbabel, yeah, you get it, Zerubbabel, yeah, or with events that occurred subsequent to the destruction of that of Solomon. The tribes of Judah and Benjamin only are referred to, but in their primary degrees, which are based on the first temple. The Masonic reference always are to the 12 tribes, and the 12 tribes are the ones, like I said, yeah, these tribes that didn't get drowned when Moses took the gypsies out, you know, of slavery, which was a nation of Freakmasons, yeah. That's why they were stonemasons, okay. See, this is what you got to get your head around, right? Because they were gypsy travellers that built the pyramids, yeah, and they were stonemasons, yeah, and that's what it's all about, you know. And the worshipful master was Moses, yeah, and he led the master masons out of Egypt. That's another story, yeah, I can go more into it, but that's the basics of it, and that's where you got to look for the history. Lusters of the 12 original points are explained by the reference to the 12 tribes. You know what I mean? Again, it goes on the points. It's always about the points, yeah. You know what I mean? But the tribes, yeah, and there's the signs, look. The Grand Pontiff, the Apostles of Christ, look, you see? Or the name of the Apostles of Christ. So it's in the same, on the base of each column is the initial in the same order of the name of the Apostles of Christ, yeah? And then again you can go through, and that's why Jesus died at 33, blah blah blah. That's why there was three, like on the cross, Jesus in the middle and the two ruffians on the left and the right. And that's why you'll always see three crosses that then make two square compasses, and 1 2 3 2 in the middle, yeah, which makes the Masonic cube, which is a 6. So that gives you the 3 6s of 666. Do you know what I mean? Once you learn it, you know, and then it goes, obviously, you know, to go through all of this, you know, is 12 equal strokes, right? Is a battery is 12 equal strokes, and that you get all the, you know, but it all goes back, like I said, Jerusalem, Judea, you know, and all of these people have been around centuries and decades, you know. And again, there's another Halen sign, but notice the aprons are not square, okay? They're aprons, yeah, and they're showing you where the hand movements is there. Look, this is his hands. Your hands go from there to the top of your head, yeah. That's a sign of admiration, you know what I mean. And you've got this one here, look, this one here, look, sign of surprise, incident of building. See, notice the feet placement. The feet placement is just as important as the hands, you know what I mean. And here's the grips, look, grip of a provost judge. See, there it is, look, see the sign, and that'll be given back by this, answered. See, that's the sign that's answered, you see. So they give that, and they do this behind your back, you know. But notice the aprons are completely different. And then you've got them like where they beat him up and all that. Again, notice the aprons are now square, because this is giving you the 3rd degree. Yeah, these are the 3rd degrees. The aprons are different. The hand grips are different. Look at the grip there, look, you see. Oh, babies, you know what I mean. See, look, the lion's paw, the strong grip of a master mason, or the lion's paw, look, you see. That's what raised them from the dead. You see what I mean? Then they become gods. Do you know what I mean? Because they've been raised like Jesus was from the dead. You know what I mean? That show you, look, see, he's got his breast bare. Now he's got both breasts bare. Some are, like I said, each degree has a different, like the cable toe will go around your belly, which it is earless, around the waist, the cable toe. Yeah, notice the apron is different, or your cable toe will be on your ankle, you know, because you're shackled. See what I mean? But again, look, these are all again the grips, yeah, and these are the part, the the plumb, the square, and the level. You see, which again, they're the working tools of each level, and you've got to know what they are. Do you know what I mean? There's the point within the square, look, circle. Sorry. You know what I mean? Look, and notice where the cable toe this time is. Look. See it, look? And it tells you, obviously, I can explain it all, but that'd take me weeks to go through it, you know what I mean? Sign of a fellow craft, look, and there's the penal sign, the do guard, and then that's the sign, you see? So when he says, was your dog that tall? Yeah? He says no, do you know what I mean? Then give a fellow craft sign, you know? And then they go, what's it? There's the rough ashler, which is people without the temple, are the rough ashlers, yeah? Yeah? And then you've got the perfect ashler, which is, you know, them all hooned and fucking the best. Then you've got the trestle board, what they use to learn the different things, you know, and the gavel, you know. But again, here it is, like, whether you know how they do it, you know, clapping their hands to the left of the right and all of that bollocks 3 times, you know. Enter the apprentice, look. Notice heel to toe. And you've got to know the steps as well, you know. But these are all the, you know, the signs. And if you don't know them, you know, look, here we go again, look, you see. Look. There you go, the Royal Arch, you see. But notice, look, chief of the 12 tribes, yeah. And then you've got the Knights of 9, the Knights of 15. Do you see what I mean? How that's changed over the years, look, you see. But the tribes, they're hiding up, you know, because again, they don't want you to know that it's certain tribes that are on the deal or on the square that are doing the dirty on you. Do you know what I mean? And they come back from, you know, these tribes go back centuries and decades, you know, and they're powerful, so powerful that people are petrified of them in the higher, you know, the higher places. You know what I mean? Look, Grand Hospital and Surgeon. Why do they need a hospital and a surgeon? Because in war, you need it. You know what I mean? You wouldn't know none of this. You wouldn't even know who's leading your army, but you go to war for these people. You know what I mean? The commander in chief and the second lieutenant. You see what I mean? It's an army, and this army sits within our army. There's the magic word. Look, oh baby. See what I mean? Malachi, Zulabel, Nalamai. You've got to remember all these names, all these fucking names, you know what I mean? And they do, because like I said, they're perfect memories, you know. But I'm going to do this book anyway and scan it up. I've been meaning to do it for a while now, but you know me and my profane friends. Oh yeah, look at the aprons, you see what I mean? This is the different types. Just, again, a different rank into their system. Oh, let me get my finger in now. I didn't know if I show you that. I did put this part was in there, this one. Wait a minute. Where is it? The little bugger. When I mark a page, I mark a page. Do you know what I mean? Is this it? Wait a minute. Yeah, look. Subbing Prince, First Lieutenant Commander, Silent prevails in my camp. You know what I mean? And this is what it's all about. You know what I mean? Silence, yeah, shh, and secrecy. You know what I mean? Crazy, isn't it? Look, the Commander in Chief. What's the cause of the alarm? There's a pervert at the door that we must initiate into our lodge. And we've got to bum stretch him on many levels. Before he even knows what's going on, we will drug him and rape him. You know what I mean? Knights of Kadosh, look. See the Kadosh arm on breast, look, you see? token of night Kadesh, look, you see, second position, see, so the first position would be that'll be the second position, you see, and then you got these ones, look, the sign of Kadosh, see, crazy how they, you know, and they do this in the pubs and the clubs, I've seen it, you know, it's not, you know, and this is where they get the body parts, look, you see, and use it in their Masonic lodges, and there's always a knife involved or a bloody gun, what you got to shoot something. You know, that's him looking at the stars, I think. Yeah, start the sign of the sun, where he looks at the sun, in it. Right hand upon the right eye, raise it the index finger so as to form a square, then bring it on the line as if to keep an object in view, saying, I measure the sun itself. So if you do that, yeah, and go, I measure the sun itself, you will get a reply to that. Do you see what I mean? You know, all of these stances they use to recognize themselves, and it sets them apart from you. That's the it's the sign of horror. Look, if you go like that, what shape for that one? The sign of horror. I thought it was where he's throwing it over his back. They normally throw it, you know. The third sign, that astonishment and horror. Turn the head to the left, yeah. Looking downwards, raise both hands, clasped to heaven, as little towards to the right. You know what I mean? But I've used that. They also use the back of the hand on the left cheek, and then put your head to the right, yeah, and go like that. That's also a sign of shock and horror. You see what I mean? But this is all what's, you know, but all of this you've got to remember. Watch the pointing finger. They do that a lot. You watch them when they point the finger like that. It's, you know what I mean? That's the answer. Yeah, you'll see someone do that to their breast. Yeah, sign of the Knights of the Sun. And then the reply is that, and you'll see it in the films, you know, movies, TV programs, they're doing all of this bollocks, do you know what I mean? But anyway, my profane friends, I don't think there's much more I can slag off about the Freakmasons. I think they're doing enough of that in their own bloody things, isn't they? But like I said, that Peter Lynch who got killed, you know, they're you know, they're think tanks, do you know what I mean? And they're always looking at ways to compromise people like me that speak out, you know what I mean? And I've got a video, you know, I keep meaning to put it up, that's called Masonically Compromised by Freakmasonry, you know, and that's what we are. We're Masonic, because they've got villains that don't mind going to jail, that can start a fight with you, pretend to be the victim, and you go to jail. Do you see what I mean? You know, and like I said, Peter Tyler, or Peter Lynch, is it? I can't remember his bloody name, sorry. But again, this is how they do it, and how they, you know, they screw us over. You know, they use the law, which works for them and it never works for us. They use that to bind us and imprison us, and we're just not waking enough people up to their system. Do you know what I mean? And they're running it. They're running the police, they're running social services, they're running the governments. They're just not standing there. You know, when you see the Prime Minister, he's just not standing there with his Knight's Kadosh apron on. Do you know what I mean? His Masonic apron on. Do you see what I mean? But, you know, half the Master Masons and the fellow craft and the enterprise don't even know nothing. Do you know what I mean? They don't even know what's going on. Do you know what I mean? But they got, you know, they get paid, you know, and they're paid well to keep and be spies for the elite. Do you know what I mean? So that's fucking just mad. You know, I just get it, just honestly, man, I'm telling you now. You know, there's a book I'm now getting on with. I'm still reading Judas Pigs, but look, overcoming the false verdicts of Freemasonry. You know what I mean? Freedom from Scottish Rite and York Rite Freemasonry, you know. And again, I've got to get into this, but this is, you know, it's not you know, it's not look, Lucifer is an infinite deity. Lucifer attributes are infinite and infinitely harmonious. Do you see what I mean? You know, Lucifer is the essence of all justice, equity and mercy intermingled into one infinite excellence. And that's what they, you know, do you know what I mean? Just mad. Why is Lucifer coming into it? Because that's their God, you know. My bloodline belongs to Lucifer because of the exchange of my DNA. By embracing the mysteries of the tomb, I have the right to be initiated into the greater mysteries. So I mean, Lucifer is the source of life. Lucifer is the source of all wisdom and power. Wisdom, Dom, Wiz. Dom, Wiz yeah, when you split it in half, this is what they do with words, and that's their magic finger. That's the 30 degree, look, the Grand Elect Knight of Kodesh. I'll just show you the Knight of Kodesh, their stances, or the Knight of the Black and White Eagle, 30th degree. That Lucifer is the source. Do you see what I mean? It's Luciferian, you know. Mad, you know. Absolute madness, you know. And this, you know, I've obviously got to get into this book. I ain't read it yet, but you know, and it gives you all the tabernacles, you know, the black magic, occult, you know, astrology, rebellion, Satanism, fortune telling, divine idol worship, superstition. You know what I mean? And this is the things what they do. You know, they're into everything. They're into nothing that, you know. Again, look, all of this. They're into all this: death, murder, assassination, rebellion. Look at it, all of it. They're into it. You know what I mean? Stabbing out, and you can find it all that in their, you know, in their books. Do you know what I mean? Stabbing of the brain, stabbing of this, stabbing of, do you know what I mean? It's all in their books, and that's the 9th degree. But you know, like I said, I've got to read it myself. I don't even know what it is about yet. You know, whether it's good or bad, I don't know, but I will read it. Is another book that I've got to read. I've got so many books you wouldn't believe, my profane friends. You know, Masonic Trials, look, yeah. A treatise upon the law and practices of Masonic trials in the lodge, chapter and commandery with forms and precedents. Yeah, because like I said, they got their own laws, they got their own courts, they got their own. Do you see what I mean? And this is what it's all about, you know. And people don't realise it, so they don't mess up, because seriously, they get corporal punishment, where that goes from whippings to their bats, you know, and all the rest of it. You know, I proved that in a video. You know what I mean? You know, where the Scottish Rite Freakmasons go where there's no bats. You know, where Robert De Niro bent over and got his arse lashed in the lodge, and then if you just do a simple, you know, search called Masonic battens or Masonic bats, it comes up rife. Do you know what I mean? The same bats that's used in, and they're using it in every lodge in every fucking town and city across the world. Do you know what I mean? As corporal punishment. It ain't just that, it's about money as well. You know, you'll pay fines, and you know, and they're having their own trials. You know, look, the Grand Commander, the Deputy Grand Commander. Do you honestly think, let's just put it this way, yeah, that these little entered apprentices, right, are ever going to be able to speak to these people here, or would they take orders from these people? They take orders from these people, and these people here have only bashed the profane and the peasants and willed down the wealth and the power to each other, you know. So it doesn't matter who it is. And that's a grand encampment, look, you see, which is in your town and in your city, and each and every person like this, yeah, is, you know, the one, you've got all these, but then you've got the deputies, yeah, and then you've got the deputies to the deputies, if you know what I mean, and they're all licking asses to get these titles. Do you see what I mean? It's just willed down to each one, and each one is being groomed and programmed to take the place of these people. Do you see what I mean? But they're all on the same agenda, and that is keep the profane down, give them nothing, and they serve us and only us and our families down the generations. And that's what it's about, you know. Grand Junior Warden, see what I mean? Let's see. So you got the Grand Junior Warden, the Grand Treasurer, the Grand Recorder, the Grand Standard Bearer, the Grand Sword Bearer. You know, what he wants swords. You see, the banner is what I've shown you, which they call a standard, yeah. So there's a call to banners, yeah, and then get your swords, and we're going to fight the profane. Do you see what I mean? But all of these are the commanders. They don't go to war. Neither do these. It's the people below them, you know, the units, you know, the foot soldiers, the profane, you know. These are the ones that command it safely from their bunkers. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, you know. And it still goes on today. But they don't, like I said, when you see a 1% biker or a scooter skin or scooters, you know, they're Masonic Freakmasons. Do you know what I mean? They're you know, they're the Lions Club or whatever they're bloody called. Do you know what I mean? And all of that, you know. And but they don't wear their Masonic apron. You just don't see their Masonic apron. What they're working for. You know, you see a mafia gang. That mafia gang is all Freakmasons. You know, headed and run by Grand Commanders and all the rest of it. Look. Knights Temple of the United States is constituted as follows. You know, see what I mean? And this is the United States, look. You know, the Grand Master, the Deputy Grand Master, the Generalissimo, the Captain General, Prelate, Senior Warden. You know, Prelate is from Rome, isn't it? You know, the Treasurer, the Recorder, Standard Bearer, again, Call to Arms if anyone plays up. Sword Bearer, the Grand Warden, the Captain of the Guards. You know, why would you want a Captain of the Guards? Because we're an army, we're a gang, but we've infiltrated. Our army has infiltrated every other army, every navy, every air force. We've infiltrated over the decades and the centuries, you know, with our tribe of people. You know, all grand commanders, all past masters, do you see what I mean? All, see, all come under the top echelons of the power of this gang, you see. And it goes on and on and on, you know. Then I suppose a bit later, you know, these are the trial in commandery, you know. You've got committees out of committees, you know. They have committees that investigate you as a profane person, you know. But do you think they're doing this as a joke? Or, you know, no, they're not. It's fucking serious, you know. The powers of the Grand Master. Look, see, you've got the power. You know what I mean? It goes on and on. All their different fucking, you know, like I said. So when they're doing something, like if they give, for instance, you know, they got their penalties, look, and appeals. They can appeal it and the penalties, yeah. But the penalties and appeals, they're going to appeal it and all of that crap. But it's their own internal laws. For instance, if I'm a master mason, and I've got a mason that goes for the job that I've given, but I preferred to give it to the profane person, I get taken to court by the mason because you didn't give him the job, and you get fined in the lodge because you didn't give him preference. Do you see what I mean? Because you took on a profane person, and they're going to question that. Why didn't you take the brother on? Do you see what I mean? And that's what they do. They force it, you know, and that's what happens. And because you do that, and if you keep doing that, they'll punish you. They'll take your business. They'll stop paying you your wage. You see what I mean? Because you're putting profane people that are without the temple, that are fucking stupid, you see what I mean, are thick, and are not part of our brotherhood. You're giving them preference. Why? Over your own brothers and sisters. Do you see what I mean? And that's how it works. Do you see what I mean? That's why they always control the businesses. That's why they always control the power within the town and within the city, you know. I could name this, that, and the other, what runs this town, you know, the businesses and what's behind it and who can, you know, who their little henchmen are and do the work for them, blah, blah, blah. But that's another story, my profane friends. But the point is, this is going on in every town and city, in every country, in every state, in every county, do you know what I mean? In every hovel or whatever you want to call it. That's happening with these people, but they're just not wearing their Masonic aprons and doing it up front, because then you've got something to point a finger at then, ain't you? And you've got a common denominator. But if you're hiding secretly, like you know, I post about the enemy at the gate, you know who the enemy at the gate is and who you're fighting. But people that are spies, that don't come out as wearing a uniform of the enemy, you don't know who the fuck they are, do you? Do you know what I mean? And you don't know who in your town. Well, I know most of mine, obviously, because I've done the research. But none of you know who's a Freemason around you. People don't even know Freakmasons exist. Do you see what I mean? But they run all your businesses. They're the respectable, but they're calling the shots with their drug money and all the fucking rest of it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what you're up against. Gangsters, you know, the mafia. Scooter skins, 1%ers, you know, whatever you want to call it. That all the gangs are run and controlled by Freakmasons and Masonic lodges. All doormen, yeah, all security companies, if you look at it, yeah, and do the research, they all belong to the Masonic lodge. So who's running that security firm, you know? Who's running the doors? Who's running the nightclubs? Who's running the pubs? You know what I mean? You know? Anyway, my profane friends, all Freakmasons need to be put on trial in profane lodges. Do you know what I mean? And then we want to see how many times they've been bum stretched within their lodges, and then fucking sentence them accordingly for being fucking traitorous to their countries, to their towns, to their cities. You know what I mean, my profane friends? Have a great day, and don't end up like this fella in the lodge, because remember, they run your funeral homes as well. You know what I mean? Have a great day.